During times of war, much of the focus often falls on the strategies, battles, and heroes. Yet, beneath the tumultuous surface lies a chapter often veiled in shadows, the harrowing existence of prisoners of war, or POWs. These men and women find themselves caught in a world where survival becomes a day-to-day battle, memories of war in stark contrast against the confines they now endure. Imagine, if you will, the abrupt transition from soldier to captive. Many POWs recount feeling a heavy amalgamation of anxiety and fear in those first moments. Captured sometimes in the thick of battle, they are wrenched from their comrades and thrust into the unknown. Their journeys often lead to grim holding areas, later transported to camps where the war's brutality takes on a new form. For them, each day unfolds as a waiting game, a struggle against isolation and uncertainty. The camps themselves varied widely, shaped by the war and its location. Some POWs found themselves in relentless heat, others in biting cold. Long stretches of solitary confinement were common, as were cramped quarters filled with others whose faces quickly turned from unfamiliar to sadly familiar. Resources such as food, water, and proper sanitation were almost always scarce, heightening the sense of vulnerability among the detainees. The Geneva Conventions outline how POWs should be treated, yet enforcement is as varied as the belligerents themselves. Some camps adhered to these laws, providing a semblance of routine and dignity to the prisoners. Unfortunately, many did not. Stories from those camps tell of officers resorting to mental and physical torment as tools of subjugation. Survival, for many POWs, hinged on preserving their identity and resolve amid these teching circumstances. They would improvise games, compose coded messages, or weave everyday survival routines into acts of subtle defiance. Communication with the outside world was a lifeline, albeit a fragile one. Red Cross parcels sometimes reached the hands of prisoners, each package a reminder that hope still flickered beyond the barbed wire. In many cases, letters from home, when they arrived, were like treasures, echoes of a world that continued, often obliviously, without them. These snippets of normalcy, cherished and worn from repeated readings, were savored like sunbeams filtering into darkened cells. The psychological strain was immense. Years of acrid waiting scraped away at their facades of strength. Despite their isolation, however, bonds were forged. Friendships built in adversity could be as strong as those in combat. These relationships became precious curatives in themselves, a campfire defying the storm's fury. As peacetime approached or battles shifted, freedom eventually came. The homeward journey was bittersweet, a return to a world as changed as the men and women themselves, now shadowed by their experiences. Their stories, filled with perseverance and fortitude, serve as powerful reminders of not only the horrors of war, but also the resilience of the human spirit. Life as a POW remains a somber testament to the cost of conflict, a wartime story woven with silent courage and the relentless will to endure. These accounts, once whispered between the walls of prison camps, continue to echo, urging us to remember and to honor the indomitable hope of those who endured.